Well, this weekend's Rock Your City episode on Fox 5 has a simple theme: love thy neighbor. Pastor Miles McPherson from the Rock Church joins us once again with the meaning behind this message. First of all, good morning to you, Miles.
How you doing? How you doing?
Oh, grateful and blessed. I'll tell you that much. How are you this morning?
I'm grateful and blessed, trying to get good night's sleep and ready for another Friday, another weekend.
That's right. Oh, I love this. Okay, love thy neighbor. It seems like it's something that should be pretty easy to do. So why is it so hard for so many of us to actually do that?
You know, what's interesting about that verse, love thy neighbor, is that often we take the label neighbor and replace it with something less than neighbor on people, and then it gives us an out not to love them. You know, if you're a Republican, you can't love a Democrat, and vice versa. Or if you don't like immigrants, you just say they're immigrants, so they're less than your neighbor, or whatever you want to put on that label. However you want to change that label to someone that is not your neighbor, and then you have an excuse not to love them. It's a very subtle thing, and often we get those labels from people we talk to, from the media, from television, and we categorize people as other something other than my neighbor. And we give ourselves the freedom, and then we still say we love God. It's like such a contradiction. Right,
right. And you know, interestingly enough, Miles, as soon as I found out that I was going to be the one interviewing you, I was like, oh, I got to look at these questions. So of course I see love thy neighbor, and I was looking it up, and just reading about it, love thy neighbor as yourself, and how it's one of the greatest commandments that you could follow. I mean, it's so important to do.
Well, and it's so profound, because people who treat other people bad, that's how they treat themselves. Probably they're probably not happy. Hurt people. And if you're one of those people who are always talking about people and tearing people down, it's probably because you don't feel good about yourself. And vice versa, if someone's attacking you, it probably means they're unhappy. Don't take it personal. As a matter of fact, it's a great opportunity to turn back on them and ask them how they're doing. I deal with a lot of people like that, as we all do. But it's so fascinating when you sit and talk and try to love on somebody who's attacking you, and see how quickly they can respond positively, because they realize, man, I need that.
Oh my gosh, that is so true. Such insight. Okay, I love this topic. Well, first of all, this weekend's episode, you highlight young adults helping out their elder neighbors. What do you think inspired them?
That's right. Leave it to us. These two young ladies, Abby and Veronica, were helping us take food to and we partner with Elder Help, which is an organization to bring food to elderly around San Diego. And so we're going to show how these kids and this organization partners together. And we've been taking food. You know, Corona is coming back, and so many people are suffering. They can't get a job, or they're out of work. They're trying to get food, so we've been taking food to people all over San Diego as one of the things, to hospitals, to police, to elderly, and it's been a blessing. And it's a blessing to see these young people with some focus. Those two young ladies, Abby and Veronica, play soccer for San Diego State. I just did a talk with their whole team the other day. Some great young ladies.
Look at that. And so how can our viewers, because I feel like a lot of people are going to be inspired when they see this, so how can our viewers who want to help out our senior citizens, how do they go about doing that?
Well, there's a lot of organizations around town, and it's, you have to call the organization and go through their screening process. But I would start with your own family and your own neighbors, and ask them how you can help. Whether you have elderly in your neighborhood, you just go ask them how they help. Again, that's a very, I want to say, protected class. That's probably the wrong word, but they have a lot of underlying issues because of their age, their senses. So we want to be careful how we do that. So that's why the organizations screen people, and they have certain protocols of how you can approach them and deliver food to them. But I would call some local organizations that help elderly, and then they can guide you through their process.
Okay, but start with our own neighbors, right?
Start with their own neighbor.
Exactly. Okay, so here's the thing. If you guys are interested in seeing the show, this week's Rock Your City airs Sunday at a special early time of 6 a.m. So for all you early birds, Pastor Miles, we do thank you for speaking with us today, as always.
God bless you.
God bless you too.